To our song deep dive section here.
Hit it.
First song we're going to talk about is your band's HOLYCHILD's Barbie Nation.
Let's do it.
Why don't you talk about, if you remember, it's been a while now, but like, I haven't heard that song in a minute.
Yes.
It was like, because I listened to your album and I was a fan of it, and like I really hadn't like sat down and like listened to this record in a while. And I forgot just how cool it was.
Thank you.
Talk about the writing and where that song came from.
Man, okay, so the writing, I think Liz had the chorus idea first, and she, like, cause there was crazy. We could get hella nerd music. That's a music nerdy ass
I
song.
know. I wrote like, I was like,
There's
all these like time signature changes.
Talk about please, please, please.
Yeah.
Like it's like we're going from 4 to 3 to whoever.
Yeah.
But what I loved about it, when Liz came to me with this melody, I was like, bro, like this is not in 4, but it feels like 4. It's like one of those awesome odd times where it's like you're doing this the whole time,
but
but
it's like you're just like kind of adding a beat every now and then, right? And so it makes it feel like
I think we drop a beat too, like in like the chorus. But go ahead,
No, but your drums make it work.
Okay, awesome.
That's
sick.
what it is. It's like it doesn't feel like you get out of the groove because of the choices you made with the drums.
Great.
Like what you did a fill or whatever, you had an extra kick. It was like, oh, this feels natural.
Good. I hope so. That I mean, like, and it came from this chorus melody that she came to me with, and again, it kind of reminded me of like.
Does Liz have like any like musical training, or she's just like ridiculous songwriter? Like
she has no, maybe I think she was in choir in high school.
Yeah, but I think that's what happens is sometimes like when singers they just like they don't play any instruments.
Yeah,
they're just like I sang this thing, and they're just like naturally do this like weird time. It's happened a couple times with people I've worked with where it's like you're singing the thing that's in 7, but like I don't know, it's kind of sick.
It reminds you of like some like again like I'm thinking like Thelonious Monk tunes or like Radiohead tunes like that are like in these odd times, but you're just I feel like if you're doing this. Who gives a fuck? Like if we're in 15 or 4. Yeah. So anyways, she came with this chorus melody like that. And I was like, dude, that's actually kind of fucking incredible. And then the rest of the song, oh yeah, dude, this was a while ago. So let me try to think back to I just remember I just went so hard in the production stuff.
It sounds like you did.
Yeah. I went so hard in the production, but the writing, we were jamming. We used to live in Atwater Village right around here.
Oh, it's right around the corner from
Right around here. There's an old beater upright piano that I might still have to this day. And I think we were just jamming on the piano, and then we came up with the rest of the song, starting with that chorus melody that Liz had. And then the lyrics, dude, the lyrics were like, when Barbie's summer happened, Barbenheimer's summer happened the other year, like, I was like, it's great. The lyrics are like they're like this that's kind of like the movie. Like it's kind of talking about her role as a woman in society and like the different expectations of being a woman. I mean,
I meant what I said in the intro. Like you guys were like really ahead of the time. I truly believe that.
It's crazy. So, it's crazy. Like, I mean, like I appreciate that. And so it's just crazy to see how everything's played out since then. But so that's like that's the song part. Should we move? Do anything else? Like,
because I was curious if it was like, sometimes songs like that, it's like you have the production first, and but it's like cool that it was like I wouldn't have guessed that she like had the chorus already. And
chorus melody first. Yeah, honestly, like I'm usually partial to like the chorus melody coming first.
No, I am too. But that production is just like so insane. like how do you not start with that production?
Right, bro.
It's
like
that's
like it started on voice and piano, just jamming on like hella old school like that.
Yeah,
and then maybe it was like the DC influence. We went to college at GW. Maybe it was hanging on DC because it does have like a quasi go-go vibe in it too. That I never like appreciated until someone from DC was like, "Oh, it's like a go-go track." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like maybe you're right.
Yeah, maybe.
And so, production stuff, like, I mean, like, I think, like, on that album, I just, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, I think that one of my personal favorite parts, besides the drums, is that guitar.
Right.
Like, super distorted. Do you, like, remember, like, what was going on there?
Yeah, so that's my jam, dude, bro. Yeah. Pog V1. I think it was Kian or Sam Stewart. Got a shout out the legend, homie, Sam Stewart, who has played on he's a guitarist on... Olivia, we works with Nigro, Chapel. He's done all the things. I try to have him on as much
stuff,
as possible. He's just freaky on guitar like that, which is I also like. I'm gonna take a second on Sam because guitar's so like I feel like it's so like been done. It's like how do you do guitar these days tastefully? This dude somehow figures it out. So I think he was the one who turned me on to the Pog V1, which is like a pretty like primitive pedal, but it has my favorite sounding fuzz, dude, which is the input gain, when you dime it all the way, it's my favorite fuzz. It's
It's
like
like it's super trashy in the
it,
best way.
it's like really over the top and
Yeah.
completely extreme. And so it's probably Pog V1
Mm.
happening in that, and it's probably guitar. But like what I love about that pedal is that you can run. It's like kind of makes everything sound kind of ambiguous,
Yeah.
synthy guitar, and so most of my favorite records, like in general, and ones that I like to make, I tend towards that kind of ambiguity with shit, drums, guitars, keys, whatever. I feel like it just makes it kind of more interesting. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on here?
Right,
Like,
you
I
don't know
don't
what's
know.
happening. You're just reacting, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what I feel like fun about that pedal is that you can like run like a sub 37 through it. Like
Right.
I'll rip fucking sub 37 solos through it. It sounds kind of like a guitar.
Yeah.
And then you can also, it's one of those pedals that I feel like it makes guitars sound synthy in like the most tasty way to me. And it's like,
Yeah.
again, it's that if you want that kind of ambiguous synth guitar
Right.
sound.
I love when guitars don't sound like guitars.
Right. There's a
It's
time and place. Like,
right.
I've definitely worked on, like, I sent you that Holy Wars track.
Yep.
That's just like hard, just like
Yeah,
hard rock.
super rock.
And I can fuck with that too every now and then. But
Yeah.
like when it comes to pop and stuff and doing maybe like, I don't know, my own thing. Yeah, yes.
You just want to mess around and do the thing.
Yes.
The other thing I wanted to talk about was, and maybe it's just like a Holy Child discussion in general, but
Yeah.
like Liz's vocal.
Yeah.
What was, for that song and in general, like what was kind of your approach to her vocal recording? Everything was always like, it doesn't sound like there's much tune, if any, especially like when she was like, in the layers and stuff. Everything is, again, it's
Yeah.
perfectly sloppy in the best way.
Yeah.
Was that intentional? Was that just like you guys just like not really knowing what you were doing at the time?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we were shooting for 100%.
Yeah.
We're trying to get as close as we can, but I don't think we weren't trying to do like a T-Pain
Right.
or like heavy tune thing. We definitely had her on that, most of those tracks on that album, 251
Yeah.
coming in, probably hitting some nice like LA2A or 1176. This was Kian who's engineering, so
you guys were like able to go into like her proper studio and like, do all the recording and stuff.
Yeah. For those tracks, like I maybe had an SM7 home studio setup,
Right.
but I feel like we cut a lot of final vocals at Barefoot
Right.
recording. And yeah, definitely want to like, dude, vocal recording. It's like that's like anything else, but maybe the most sensitive. When we're talking
Right.
about vibes and stuff, vibes got to be right, or else
Mhm.
everything's fucked. You could have a 251 and vibes not right. It's gonna sound like shit.
Yeah, so it doesn't-
So definitely, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it would usually be me and her, especially in the later days. Maybe Kian was probably there too. And then when it comes to the editing, definitely editing for sure. Like wanting to, again, we're shooting for 100%, but like we're not. Yeah, I think we're going like maybe like 95%. Like
Right.
is where
I think if it was 100%, it wouldn't have sounded as cool and raw.
Yeah, it's so interesting
know?
too, going back to that, because now I edit things a little bit harder. Like
Right.
when I was pulling together these unreleased tracks for the deluxe edition, I'm listening to some of the editing stuff, and I'm like, I can't believe I let this slide.
Right.
Like the tuning things,
Right.
like there's some other things like the
Yeah.
instrumental that I'm like, what the fuck? Like, but like maybe it was a different time.
It was a
or-
different time, but I think it's still like, I think those kind of quote unquote mistakes
Yeah.
are just like, I was talking about it yesterday too, with like on like the Gracie Abrams record,
Yeah.
where it's like there's like a ton of like what you would say is our mistakes,
Yeah.
but like I don't know, it's like it sounds good,
Right.
it's not overthinking it, and it's like that the blessing of not knowing
Right.
what you're doing, and
Yeah.
it's like you're just like, well, it sounded good to me 10 years ago, like
Right.
it should still technically sound good